Today from Pioneer Arena, it's the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Championships as Tusculum, the 2 seed, takes on the 8-seeded Lincoln Memorial University Rail Splitters. Hello everyone, and we welcome you into Pioneer Arena in what has been definitely a weird season. It is definitely a banner year as well, as the Women's South Atlantic Conference Championships compete today for the first time ever at Pioneer Arena. Today, the 8-seeded Lincoln Memorial University Rail Splitters and the number 2-seeded Tusculum Pioneers looking to defend their Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Championship from a year ago with a guy who was the head coach for Tusculum a year ago on the sidelines for the Lincoln Memorial University Rail Splitters. Let's dive into this series and let's really dive into the South Atlantic Conference Championships and how these teams got here as we take a look at the bracket to see how the 8-seeded LMU Rail Splitters got to this point. They come up with a victory against Coker in their first game, 80-66, and then after losing in their regular season finale to Carson Newman at Holt Fieldhouse, a devastating loss at the time, 85-46, they knock off the top-seeded Carson Newman Lady Eagles 78-72, and then in the semifinal game on Thursday night from the Electric City in Anderson, South Carolina, it was Lincoln Memorial knocking off Anderson 64-62. For the 2-seeded Tusculum Pioneers, they had the opening round bye in their opening game. They then come up into the quarterfinals. They had to come up with a good defensive effort. Newberry was really slowing down the Pioneers. They did that. They get by Newberry 59-43, and then against a team in Catawba who wants to speed up the Pioneers, Tusculum was able to match their speed, never trailing and winning 60-53 to make it to their second consecutive tournament championship game. Well, for this contest, for this Pioneers, they're attempting to become the first team to win back-to-back conference championships since Wingate did it in 2015 and 16. Other back-to-back titles, Tusculum did it in 2010, 2011. Top-seeded, also during those particular years, it was Newberry, 2006, 2007. Wingate did it in 1996 and 1997. Now, the only team to win 3 straight tournament championships was Presbyterian, 98, 99, and 2000. Meanwhile, for Lincoln Memorial University, they're the first number 8 seed ever to advance to the championship game, knocking off Coker, knocking off top-seeded Carson Newman, knocking off Anderson as they look to become that first team and also punch their ticket into the NCAA tournament. LMU is also looking for their first ever tournament championship, playing in only one other tournament championship final where they fell to the Wingate Bulldogs. For today's conference championship game, it will be without Anderson and Wingate for the first time since 2010. Pioneers, who were one of the lowest seeds to ever win the tournament championship, a 6 seed. Gardner-Webb did it in 1992, Elon did it in 1996, and Tusculum in 2013. But the lowest ever seed to win the championship, a 5th-seeded Newberry team back in 2006. So LMU looking to become the lowest seeded team, the first 8 seed to ever win a South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship. There are some great matchups in this contest. There are going to be some great storylines, no question about it, with Devin Carter on the sidelines for Lincoln Memorial, Megan Price in her first season looking for her first tournament championship, a Tusculum team that was a preseason number 7. Here they are back-to-back years in a tournament championship type setting as well. The winner gets the automatic bid to the NCAA tournament. Come back. It should be a lot of fun. We hope you enjoy it. It's right here on the Pioneer Sports Network. It's the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Tournament. It's next.
Ladies and gentlemen, please.
And we welcome you back into the Pilot Fly J South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship here tonight from Pioneer Arena, or should I say this afternoon. On a championship Sunday, we welcome in the Pioneer Sports Network radio listeners and SAC Live TV viewing watchers here this afternoon. Here is your starting five for the LMU Rail Splitters, finishing 11-10 during the season, 7-10 in the conference. Winners of three straight, all of them here in the postseason, as they fell in their regular season finale at Holt Fieldhouse to Carson Newman. Your starting five, Lexi Kaiser, the 5'8", fourth-year junior out of Bluefield, Virginia, by way of Graham High School. Jordan Manny, the 5'10" junior forward out of Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Dutchtown High School. Lauren Flowers, the 5'7" sophomore guard out of Murfreesboro, Tennessee, by way of Stewart's Creek High School. Maggie Jackamzuk, the 6' senior forward out of Russell, Kentucky, by way of Russell High School. And Lindsey Profit, the 5'9" junior out of Isom, Kentucky, from Perry County Central High School. The Elite 20 award winner just announced just prior to tip-off here, the smartest basketball player in the South Atlantic Conference with a 3.919 GPA, Lexi Kaiser, the starting guard for Coach Devin Carter in his first season with the LMU Rail Splitters. He is 0-2 against Tusculum this season, the Elon graduate in his sixth year as a head coach with 90 victories overall. And it's always good to see our former assistants and as well from Lincoln Memorial University. Good to see those guys. For the Tusculum Pioneers, they are 17-3 on the year. They are the 2 seed as they were predicted to be a number 7 team in the league this year. They didn't necessarily, I don't think, shock a lot of people here at Tusculum, but maybe the South Atlantic Conference, but they're back into the tournament championship. They've won both of their conference tournament games, losing to UVA-Wise in the regular season finale, where they had the opportunity to win the conference outright. They fell, but now they're into the tournament championship. Jayla Arnwine, the 5'6" senior guard from Knoxville, in her minutes played, but it is her defensive rebound, second overall in the conference, fourth in the nation, and as far as her offensive rebounds a game, second in the conference, fourth overall, ranking with 18 double-doubles this year, first in the conference and first in the country. The Pioneers are coached by Megan Price in her first season at Tusculum with those 17 wins, her third year overall, 55 wins, and she is 2-0 against the LMU Rail Splitters this season, winning all the way back in November 28th, 57-53 in a tight one, and then rallying the troops from 15 down on February 17th on Senior Day to win 71-62. Our officials, congratulations to get the championship draw is Daniel Drake, Josh Loggins, and Desmond Sullivan. Our alternate is Kim Crabtree. Brian Staten, along with the radio side of things, Nathan Humbert, the executive producer of the Pioneer Sports Network. And on the TV side of things today, through SAC Live, through the Pioneer Sports Network TV broadcast, Corey Sedgwick and Doug Page. We welcome you in. The opening tip is won by the Tusculum Pioneers. They wear the home white. They move it left to right across your radio dial, or as you view it, right to left. On the right side is Maya Belton. Belton will bounce it inside the paint. Maddie Sutton. Sutton battling against Jackamzook. Her jumper is off the mark, no good, and the rebound taken by Jackamzook. LMU with the basketball. They'll bring it into the front court. On the right side is Flowers. We'll give it up to Manny to the top to Jackamzook. Jackamzook at the three-point line. Now left side to Lexi Kaiser. Kaiser, the Elite 20 award winner, will give it up into the hands of Lindsey Profit. Fires a three. It's no good. Rebounded by Bree Dixon. Dixon will race it into the front court. Sidestep one. Put up the jumper. It's short. No good. And the rebound taken by Kaiser. Fast break coming back to the way of the Rail Splitters after getting that stop. Into the front court on the right side, into the hands of Lexi Kaiser. Will dribble it. Now kick it back out. Jackamzook fires a three. This one's off the back iron. No good. Rebounded by Dixon. Tusculum's Marta Rodriguez will take it across the stripe and into the front court. We'll slow it down, give it up to Dixon on the right side. Into the hands of Rodriguez. Now Arnwine to Sutton. She'll take a 15-footer on the right side. Is no good. And the rebound comes down to LMU. Kaiser into the front court on the dribble. On the left wing, picked up by Maya Belton. Kaiser getting a screen, will settle for a three. This one is no good, too strong, and the rebound taken away by Rodriguez. Maybe some nerves early as Arnwine will take her first shot. This one's no good. Rebounded by Sutton, and she'll be fouled by Flowers. Lauren Flowers attempting to steal the rebound back, or at least get it back. Whistled for that personal foul. It'll be her first, team foul number one. Neither team lighting it up, maybe an understatement, here to start. 8:23 to play here in this first quarter. Rodriguez on the inbound, gives it back to Sutton. At the top, Rodriguez will come and chase it down. Tusculum's 0 for 4, but they have a second chance here. LMU started 0 for 3. Rodriguez to Arnwine. Arnwine down the lane, a little hook shot in the paint, rims, good. 2-0 Tusculum in the early going. LMU across the stripe. This will be Lauren Flowers. Flowers with it on the right side. Arnwine will pick her up there. Arnwine has been special here in the postseason. Flowers and Manny have two for LMU. They'll step through, but a travel. Traveling violation goes against the Rail Splitters. The Pioneers will have the basketball back. Marta Rodriguez will bring it across the stripe for Tusculum. Left side, this will be Arnwine. Back to Rodriguez quickly. Into the paint, Sutton, out to Belton. Left wing three, no good. Rebound taken away by LMU's Flowers with tempo into the front court. Lost it and got it back. Kicks it out to Kaiser, driving baseline. Belton stays in front of her. Back out to the top is Manny. Manny gives it up. This will be Profit. Profit on a switch taken by Dixon. Now right side is Flowers. Flowers wants a screen, will go baseline, draws a double team, now kicks it out to Jackamzook. Her three is no good, rebounded by Rodriguez. On the run into the front court, Jayla Arnwine will fake a three, drive on a double team, put it up short. Rebound taken by LMU. One shot has fallen so far in this opening quarter. 2-0 Tusculum. 1 for 7 from the field. Right side front court, Lexi Kaiser. Kaiser at the top, gives it up to Flowers. Flowers to the left side. This will be Jackamzook. Jackamzook to Profit. Profit on the left wing. Throws it back out to the top as Flowers. Flowers lobbing it into the paint to Manny. Manny, nice low post pivot move, puts it up off the glass and banks it in. Jordan Manny will tie the game. And we're tied at 2. 3.5 minutes into the championship game. Across the stripe, Marta Rodriguez. Rodriguez from the right side will hand it off to Jayla Arnwine. Back out to the top is Brianna Dixon. Into the paint, Sutton with good positioning, left low post, puts it up and in. Eddie Sutton knocking it down for the Pioneers to make it 4-2. Across the stripe, this will be Flowers. Left side handoff to the top is Manny. Manny, Flowers. On the dribble, Jackamzook into the paint. Manny, good position, turn, she'll be fouled. May have heard the slap, and Manny will go to the free throw line as Jayla Arnwine will pick up her first, and team foul number 1. A lively crowd here at Pioneer Arena, adhering to all of the safety precautions here for this championship game. Men's basketball team is in the area in which Manny will be shooting. The officials are discussing a different type of protocol, I suppose. Manny to the free throw line for LMU. Her first free throw rattles off, no good. 42% on the season. Manny's averaging just 8.5 points in her last 2 games. Had an 11-point game against Tusculum, but had a 29-point game against Carson Newman earlier this year when they played him at home. She'll make 1 of 2, and it's a 4-3 Tusculum lead. Across the stripe with the basketball, this is going to be Rodriguez. Right side on the dribble, watched by Flowers. Backdoor look to Dixon, layup, good. Bree Dixon will get it to fall. And the Pioneers lead at 6-3. Across the stripe into the front court with the basketball on the dribble. To the left side is Flowers. Baseline to Kaiser, into the paint. Jackamzook draws a double team. Pass out of that. This is going to be Manny down the lane, and her layup attempt is good. Dixon on the defense, but Manny just shouldered her way in for 2. 6-5 Tusculum. Across the stripe will come Rodriguez. Rodriguez to the right side. Top of the key pass to Arnwine. Lobbing it to Rodriguez. Dixon from the left elbow will drive it down the lane. They'll say she traveled. A turnover on the Pioneers, and they'll give it up for the first time. Kirsten Click will be into the game for Tusculum with 5:05 on the clock here in this opening quarter. Across the stripe will be Lauren Flowers. Flowers on the dribble. Right side will be Manny. Manny back to the top, Jackamzook. Jackamzook, handoff. This is going to be Profit. A 3 is good. First lead of the championship for LMU at 8-6 on Profit's three-pointer. Both of these teams like to take the 3. They make the 3 as well. Tusculum at 9 3-pointers per game. LMU second in the league. Arnwine cannot answer. Long rebound to Flowers. Looking to force some tempo. Now we'll slow it down. Flowers will walk it across the stripe with the rail splitters up 8-6. On the right side, bounce pass. Here's Manny to the top to Jackamzook. Jackamzook on the right wing. A switch to Profit. Profit on the dribble. Picked up by Sutton. Now to Kaiser. Kaiser into Jackamzook. Good position inside. She'll throw it outside to Profit for a 3. This one is no good, and the rebound comes to Click of Tusculum. Rodriguez racing it into the front court for the Pioneers. She'll go right to the rim, put it up off the glass. It rims off, no good. Rebound taken by LMU. Good take by Rodriguez. It just wouldn't fall. LMU with a good box out to keep Sutton from grabbing that offensive rebound as well. LMU into the front court with Manny between the rings, center of the floor. Bounce pass left side. On that left elbow is going to be Jackamzook. Back to the bucket. We'll throw it out to Manny, a 3. This one is no good. The rebound comes out to Click. Click will gather it and get it to Rodriguez. 8-6 LMU. Arnwine into the front court on the drive, and a blocking foul will be whistled against Manny. So Manny will pick up the foul, and that will take us to a break. We'll return in 1 minute here to Pioneer Arena. 3:32 to play in this opening quarter, where it's 8-seeded LMU 8, 2-seeded Tusculum 6. This is Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network through SAC Live.
Broken windshield, take 1.
Hey guys, my windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's gonna make me want to go, check.
Nope, your Geico claims team is always there for you.
That makes me want to celebrate with some fireworks. 5, 6, 7, go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah!
Geico. Great service without all the drama. Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
Aw,
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch.
We welcome you back into Pioneer Arena as Maddie Sutton will miss on a layup attempt, rebounded by LMU. No second chance opportunities for Tusculum. LMU with a nice game plan, get the rebound on missed shots. And there's been plenty of missed shots to start this championship game. Little nerves probably coming through on both of these teams. Jackamzuk looking to bounce it inside to Manny. Will kick it back out to Flowers. Fires a three. That one's no good. Rebounded by Click into the hands of Rodriguez. Quick transition for the Pioneers. Cross-court pass left side to Arnwine. Out to Sutton. Sutton to Dixon. Now Rodriguez on the right wing. LMU has opened up 3 of 10 from the field. Tusculum is 3 for 12. Back out to the top, Rodriguez. Left side, top, Rodriguez. Into the hands of Sutton. Makes a foul line jumper. Rims off no good, but it's tipped out by Dixon. Sutton will gather it. Click, fires a three. No. Long rebound out to LMU. An open look that wouldn't fall for the Pioneers. And LMU's Flowers to take it across the stripe. Rail Splitters leading 8-6. Under 3 to play, under 2.5 to play here in this opening quarter. Into the paint, looking for Manny, and the pass from Jackamzuk is high and turned over. It'll be turnover number 2 on LMU. Tusculum 0 for their last 5, haven't scored in 3 minutes and 10 seconds. LMU, conversely, has not scored in 2 minutes and 16 seconds. From the top of the key, this will be Rodriguez. Sutton, backdoor to Dixon, layup, good. We're tied at 8. And a timeout taken by Devin Carter of the Rail Splitters. One of those quick ones, so just a 30-second timeout here. The Pioneers and the Rail Splitters meeting for the first time in a tournament championship game here today. Down the road in Charlotte, North Carolina, the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Championship, featuring the Queens Royals, accustomed to getting to the finals, back in again this season after falling to LMU last year. And they'll take on the Carson Newman Eagles in a first ever meeting in a championship setting. Carson Newman knocking off Tusculum here at Pioneer Arena Thursday night, 60-59 at the buzzer. And it was the Queens Royals handling the Lenoir-Rhyne Bears in the semifinals to get to that championship game today. That will also be through SAC Live, where you can check out the men's championship game today. Winner punches their ticket to the NCAA tournament automatically. Queens and Carson Newman, along with Tusculum and LMU, are listed in the top 6. Out of the timeout, LMU basketball into the front court. At the top of the key will be Manny. This will be Jackamzuk. Jackamzuk, this will be Kaiser in the paint. Manny spinning into the paint, lay it up, put it up, and good. Manny with the nice low post position, and she makes it 10-8 LMU. Right side front court into the paint. This will be Sutton. Kick it out to Arnwine. She'll try a three. No. And the rebound, Sutton. Sutton spinning, putting it up, banking it in. Tied at 10 here in this opening quarter. Across the stripe will be Flowers for LMU to Manny. This is Profit. Profit, who's hit the only 3 of the first quarter, to Kaiser on the right side. Jackamzuk had it go through her hand. She'll gather it, swing it left side to Profit. 10 seconds to shoot for LMU. Profit wanted to get a switch, didn't. Flowers will go baseline, stepped out of bounds, and LMU will turn it over. Into the contest will come Michaela Keeney. Keeney, the senior out of McKinney, Texas, and the Eckerd College transfer for LMU. Returning to the game will come Maya Belton for the Pioneers. Will come in for Arnwine. We're tied at 10, under a minute to play in this opening quarter. Belton to Rodriguez on the left wing. Dixon. Dixon from the left elbow. Back out to Rodriguez, 15 to shoot. LMU trying to clog up the paint. Rodriguez to the left side to Click. Click, Dixon, 5 to shoot. Dixon, a tough runner from the foul line, is no good, and the rebound through Keeney's legs, but it'll be picked up by Manny. 30 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Tusculum has hit just 5 of 18 shots. LMU 4 for 11. Into the front court on the handoff is Flowers. 15 to shoot, about a 6-second difference, game clock and shot clock. Keeney, left side, Flowers. Driving on Belton, tried to lay it up, and this one is going to go out of bounds, apparently off Tusculum. So 6 seconds to shoot for LMU. They'll inbound, baseline front court. On the inbound will be Profit. Manny, watched by Sutton, puts it on the floor, drives down the lane, missed it short. Rebound by Dixon, 7 seconds. 5 seconds. Rodriguez, coast to coast, got it stripped by Keeney, and that's going to end the opening quarter. At the end of one quarter of play, it is Tusculum 10, it's LMU 10. Back with your second quarter after this on the Pioneer Sports Network. This is the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Championships through SAC Live. Well, maybe a little nerves by both teams in this championship game. Tusculum 5 of 18 in that opening quarter. LMU 4 for 12 in that opening quarter. Tusculum 0 for 5 from 3. LMU 1 for 8. LMU will have the ball to start the second quarter. Tied at 10. Kaiser to Manny at the top of the key. Kaiser. Keeney. Left side is Profit on the baseline, watched by Maya Belton. Keeney from the left wing, driving in on Dixon. Down the lane, back out to Manny. She'll try a three. That one's good. Jordan Manny from three-point territory. 13 to 10, that's the largest lead of the game. Right side front court to the top. This is going to be Dixon, back out to the left side. Inside, Dixon fading away, knocking it down off the glass. Tough take by Dixon, but gets it to fall. 13 to 12, LMU. Flowers into the front court for the Rail Splitters. Left side into the hands of Profit. Profit to Manny. Manny on the dribble, watched by Sutton. Trying to back her way in. Sutton, nice move, but Manny puts it up and in anyway. Manny has been very good for LMU starting this basketball game. Should be no surprise, has been good this year. 10 points for her, 4 of 6 from the field. Make it 12, now 5 of 7 from the field. 12 of her team's 15 in this basketball game. Lobbing it into the corner, Belton. Dixon to Sutton, back out to Rodriguez with 10 to shoot. Rodriguez, Belton, left wing three, bang. Knocking down the three ball, Maya Belton. Tying it at 15 with 8.5 to play here in this opening half. Across the stripe will be Flowers for the Rail Splitters. Back and forth we go. Left side, Kaiser. Keeney at the top, driving it down the lane, trying to back her way in against Dixon. Double team comes, but Keeney with a nice low post move lays it off the glass and in. 17-15, LMU. Across the stripe will be Rodriguez for the Pioneers to Belton. Rodriguez at the top. On the baseline will be Dixon. Sutton, extra pass, click for three. Nope, too strong. And the rebound will be a foul going over the top on Maya Belton. Belton will pick up her first. It'll be the team's first here of this second quarter. And returning to the game will be Jayla Arnwine, who will check in. Both teams use not a deep bench. Let's just say that. A lot of minutes played by Rodriguez and Dixon this year. Sutton, Arnwine. Likewise for Flowers, Manny, Jackamsuk, who started playing just in January after missing the first part of the year with Keeney, but have played consistently since then. Manny down the lane, a little miscommunication by the defense, and it's a 19-15 LMU lead. They have their largest lead of the basketball game. Manny on fire. 14 of the team's 19. Sutton in the paint. Back out top is Rodriguez. She'll pull up off the dribble for two. That one's off the mark and no good. Rebound taken by LMU. Across the stripe, this will be Lauren Flowers for LMU into the hands of Keeney. Keeney, who did not score in that game on February 17th against the Pioneers here, has her first two of the game on the last possession. Inside, this will be Manny, and she'll draw a foul. Went on a double team, and the dribble drive has been working for Manny in this one. And the foul this time will go against Maya Belton, which will be her second, and team foul number 2. Well, in this 3-game winning streak for the Rail Splitters, they've just been getting it done, knocking off the 9th-seeded Coker Cobras in their opening round, kind of that play-in, 80-66. They did that in Harrogate at the Tex. Then upset top-seeded Carson Newman 78-72. Still, Braylon Weichel, the player of the year, got hers. I mean, she had nearly a 30-point game. But it was just consistency across the board defensively for LMU. And then they knocked off Anderson in a low-scoring affair, 64-62. Manny goes 1 of 2 and makes it a 5-point game. 20-15 Rail Splitters. Left side front court, this will be Jayla Arnwine. Arnwine to Aaliyah Miller, who sees the floor for the first time in the game. On the baseline, Maddie Sutton driving on Keeney. Tough shot is no good, and the rebound by Keeney, and then Dixon commits the foul trying to get the rebound. Bree will pick up her first, team foul number 3 on the Pioneers. So 6:31 to play here in the first half. Tusculum here in this quarter, just 2 for 5, while LMU has not missed a shot. They're 4 for 4 in the quarter. Tusculum has not scored in 2 minutes. They trail by 5 with LMU with the basketball. And Manny with her 15 first half points. Had it knocked away, got it back, kicks it out to Flowers for a 3 and knocked it down. Lauren Flowers knocking down the 3 at 34% this year, and it's an 8-point LMU lead. Inside, outside, stolen. Manny comes up with the steal. Will drive it into the front court to Flowers. Flowers bouncing it into the hands of Keeney, who will give it back to Flowers with under 6 to play here in the first half. LMU warming up. 5 for 5 here in this second quarter. 9 of 17 for the game, 53%. To the top is Keeney. Keeney had it knocked away, goes to a knee to grab it, and then has it taken away by Arnwine. Arnwine will drive it to the rim, put it up and in. A fast break bucket by the Pioneers. That has been hard to come by in this one. 5:25 to play in this opening half. LMU across the stripe, bouncing it to Flowers. Flowers on the right side into the hands of Kaiser. Kaiser to the top, Manny. Manny to Keeney. Keeney still around that 3-point stripe, watched by Dixon. Backdoor look for Profit is up and good and 1. Count the bucket and a foul. And the foul will go against Arnwine, which will be her second, and a timeout will be asked for by the Pioneers. That'll allow us to take the break as well. We'll return to Pioneer Arena after this. 5:08 to play in the first half. LMU 25 and Tusculum 17. This is the Pilot Fly J South Atlantic Conference Championships on the Pioneer Sports Network through SAC Live.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
LMU leading Tusculum 25-17 as we welcome you back in on this Pioneer Sports Network Sunday Championship Day for those viewing through SAC Live. Profit at the line for the three-point play knocks it home. So LMU with their largest lead, 26-17. They led by 15 on February 15th in the first half against the Pioneers, who rallied to win by 9 on that senior day. Rodriguez on the right side in the front court, back to the top to Dixon. Dixon in the paint, Sutton watched by Keeney, drives it on Keeney, put it up off the glass and in. Maddie Sutton with her 6th point. 26-19 as the Pioneers vocally shouting, get a stop. LMU is perfect in the quarter, 6 for 6. They hope to continue that trend. At the top, Manny. Manny walks. Turnover on the rail splitters will be their 5th of this first half. It'll be Dixon who will inbound. Out there with Jayla Arnwine, Kirsten Click, who's just into the game, Maddie Sutton, and Marta Rodriguez. Rodriguez across the stripe, right side to Arnwine. Arnwine, Sutton. Sutton spinning on Keeney once, twice, and then back out to Arnwine. Arnwine down the lane, scoop shot, no, but she draws the foul. Had the opportunity to lay it off, I think, to Sutton, but the contact came at first. Arnwine gets up slowly, but does get up. And that personal foul will go against Michaela Keeney. Keeney with number 1. And the first foul against LMU here in this quarter. They have played and done a great job at playing in this second quarter without fouling and also making shots because they're 6 for 6 in the quarter. They're at 55% for the game. At the free throw line is going to be Arnwine, who knocks down her first. And the second one rims off no good. 26-20, LMU by 6 with the basketball into the front court. This will be Lauren Flowers. Handed off into the hands of Profit to Keeney. Keeney to Manny at the foul line. Driving on Sutton. Scoop shot too strong. Rebound taken by Jayla Arnwine. Pioneers get their first stop of the quarter. At least the first missed shot of the quarter. Dixon, a loose ball pickup, forces one up, puts it in. 26-22, LMU. Flowers across the stripe. Hands it off. This will be Profit. Keeney at the top, bouncing it to Manny, who keeps it from the right elbow. Back to Keeney. Keeney, she'll try a 3 off the dribble. Rims off no good. Rebound, Dixon, stolen by Flowers. Layup attempt good. Flowers took it right away from Dixon. 28-22, LMU. On the right side with the basketball, Rodriguez. Rodriguez at the top. Left side, Arnwine. Rodriguez, Arnwine, a deep 3. Short, rebound. Dixon grabs it to Arnwine. Arnwine into the paint, and they'll call her for a travel. Try that little hop step and didn't get the call. It goes the way of LMU, and not a popular call, according to a lot of the student athletes here in this game this afternoon. Across the stripe with it is going to be Lauren Flowers for LMU. Into the hands of Profit. Profit, left side, Kaiser to Keeney. Keeney, Manning. Manning hands it off. Profit takes a 3. This one back iron, no good, and the rebound to Rodriguez. Rodriguez racing it into the front court. LMU organized defensively. Rodriguez will back it up into the half court. Click. Rodriguez to Sutton. Sutton in close, looking for Arnwine, knocked out of bounds by the rail splitters. Pioneer basketball down 6 with 2:31 to the half. Coming up at the half, we'll be joined by Senior Associate Commissioner of the South Atlantic Conference, Elaine Keeby, in what may be her final basketball interview. She will be retiring at the end of this calendar year for the conference. A whistle for a foul on the inbound. And this foul will go against Keeney. So Keeney will pick up her second, only the second on the team in the quarter. And Maddie Sutton with 14 straight double-double. They make 18 double-doubles on the year, 14 straight. leading the nation in that category. Sutton will go to the free throw line where she's shooting 74% this year. Just think about what she's done. 105 made free throws this year. First in the league, sixth in the nation. She's attempted 142. First in the conference, third in the nation. She had that career best game, 33 against Coker on February 20th, and then followed up 32 against Queens prior to that. She'll knock home the first of 2 free throws. Second one is no good. Rebound by LMU. 28-23, Rail Splitter lead. With the basketball into the front court will be Flowers. Flowers, Kaiser, Jackamzuk, Manny a 3 straight away. Rims off no good. Rebounded by Sutton into the hands of Rodriguez. It's tough for Sutton to get rebounds when LMU doesn't miss shots, and they haven't missed many here in this second quarter. They're 7 for 11 in the quarter. They opened 6 for 6 from the field in this quarter. Arnwine on that left baseline. 0 for 4 from 3. Tusculum is just 1 for 8 from 3 in the game. Click a 3. Back ironed it no good. Rebound by Flowers. LMU basketball racing it into the front court. And we'll slow it down and get set up into the half court. Very un-Devin Carter-like defensively, only forcing 16 turnovers per game. But, boy, they have been executing in the half court successfully here in this one. But Flowers will miss on this jumper off the dribble. Rebounded by Maddie Sutton. She'll pull in her 5th board of the game. 1:20 to the half. At the top will be Marta Rodriguez. Rodriguez to the right side, back out onto the right wing. Rodriguez gives it up to Dixon. Dixon from 16 feet knocked it down. Bree Dixon doesn't get enough credit. She's a great shooter. She hits 45% from the field, and a lot of that is around the perimeter. 72% from the free throw line, and just under 40% from 3 this season for the Pioneers. Top of the key, Profit. Left side is Manning. Tusculum down 3 to the Rail Splitters with possession. In the paint, Jackamzuk. Baseline 3 by Flowers. This one is no good. Rebound taken by Dixon. Gives it up to Rodriguez. Rodriguez will race it into the front court, into the paint. She'll draw a foul on the way up. Missed the shot, but at the line for 2. Lexi Kaiser will pick up her first, and the team's third on the Rail Splitters, who are up 26-17. And Rodriguez could make this a mild run into a run with 2 free throws made here. Rodriguez on the season, 66% from the stripe, as Maya Belton back into the game for the Pioneers. Rodriguez steps to the stripe. In the conference, 116 assists this year. Was the conference statistical leader in assist to turnover ratio, which ranks her 16th in the nation. Making the first free throw. Her second is no good. 9-2 run for the Pioneers. They're 2 within 2 at 28-26. Kaiser just inside the front court stripe. Difference of 2 seconds, game clock and shot clock. As we head to halftime of this Pilot Fly J South Atlantic Conference Women's Championship game. Kaiser watched by Belton. Manny is asking for it. Kaiser saying clear out. 5 to shoot. Manny has it. 3 to shoot. 2 to shoot. 1 to shoot. Won't get it off. Profit was fouled, but the shot clock violation had already occurred. 2.5 on the clock. Full length of the floor to go for the Pioneers. They'll throw it to Dixon in the front court. She'll get it off. Good if it goes. It will not go. We have reached halftime of the championship game, where it's the 8th-seeded Lincoln Memorial University Rail Splitters 28 and the 2-seeded Tusculum Pioneers 26. Coming up here at the half, Senior Associate Commissioner Elaine Keeby will join us, plus your first half statistics and scores from the other conference championship. That's all coming up as you listen to the Pioneer Sports Network on SAC Live. And we welcome you back into Pioneer Arena, part of the Pilot Fly J South Atlantic Conference Championship. It's the women's title game between the 2-seeded Tusculum Pioneers and the 8-seeded Lincoln Memorial University Rail Splitters. And at halftime, LMU with a 28-26 lead. Joined by the Senior Associate Commissioner of the South Atlantic Conference, Elaine Keeby, who, you announced your retirement, number one. It's great to see you, and I'm sorry that you had a little bit of a shoulder issue there. You announced the retirement earlier this year. And I guess before we really get into this, what are some of the things I think that you'll miss the most about just South Atlantic Conference?
This. Matter of fact, I was telling my coworkers that it's kind of bittersweet.
Yeah.
Because it's the last championship, women's basketball chip that I'll be involved in, a SAC championship anyway. And women's basketball has been in my DNA forever. So this is what I will miss more than anything.
I should call her Coach Keeby. I should call you Coach Keeby, who is the basketball coach at Belmont Abbey, athletic director. Has been with the South Atlantic Conference for 12 years now, I think it is.
I'm starting my 13th year.
So, wow.
Or finishing my 13th year.
Some of the things that you're proud of that has happened while you've been there at the South Atlantic Conference, just whether it be people or whether it be just seeing these student athletes.
There's a lot. I mean, the staff has been phenomenal through the years. Commissioner Britz has been awesome. I've learned so much from him. But most that I'm proud of is our championships. I think all of our championships, Patrick and I have taken it to the next level, and we feel real good about that. A lot of things we've done with the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, with the Make-A-Wish, we've raised tons of money.
Right.
The Play for K with the women's basketball is something I enjoy. And the growth of the conference with all these new institutions and all the new sports that we've added through the years. So I feel good about a lot of good things, but they're in great hands with Patrick and the staff. They're not going to miss a beat, trust me.
Yeah, they're going to miss you for sure. Not single-handedly responsible, but $141,000, I think, plus dollars for the Play for K, which has been pretty impressive. I mean, when you talk about that, but that has a lot to do with what this young lady has been able to accomplish through the South Atlantic Conference. And to see women's basketball on display the way it is today, and to see it how it's transformed and just, I guess, to embrace it and how our community embraces it and what's happening in other conferences to embrace that. Are you proud of that?
I am so proud of it. I mean, I look back, I feel like I was a pioneer when I first started, When I first started basketball, women's basketball was just like a sideshow.
Right.
I remember the first time I saw a women's basketball game on television, I was jumping up and down. Wow, we've come a long way. And look at where we are now. So, totally different game. The skill level is unbelievable. The physicality is unbelievable.
Right.
And just watching these two teams going at it today, it's been awesome.
Proud to see our teams represented in this region as well as we head to the NCAA tournament. Likely get Tusculum in, likely get Carson Newman in. LMU's fighting to get that automatic bid as well. Would like to see us be very competitive as well going forward. Right.
This LMU will probably have to win today to get the automatic bid. But right now we do have Carson Newman and Tusculum are probably in. And the unfortunate part is because of everything's been going on, it's a 6-seed tournament and not an 8-team tournament. So that might have knocked out one or two of our teams going forward. But I think the teams we have, hopefully having 3 teams in, I'll be very excited to see that.
And the top 2 teams, Belmont Abbey and Barton, are playing each other. It was Belmont Abbey up, I think, 10 at one point.
No, Barton's up by 10 right
Barton is
now.
up. Okay, so Barton has gone up by 10 against Belmont Abbey, so a little bit of a change up there from Conference Carolinas potentially. All right, so with COVID, with everything that's gone on, how proud are you of the league to be able to be playing sports right now?
It's amazing, and I'll give a lot of credit to our conference, our ADs, and particularly Commissioner Britz, because we were one of the very few conferences that actually played basketball in November.
Yeah.
And most of our teams have played 18, 19 to 20 games.
Right.
So having done that and being diligent with it and staying with it, and was able to reschedule some games when 2 teams were out. They played, the 2 non-affected teams played each other. So that's a testament to our conference, honestly, to do that. So if you look at other conferences, they didn't start till January. Some conferences only played 10, 12 games. So hats off to our commissioner, and hats off to our AD council that said, let's go, let's try this.
And to be playing fall sports during the spring, if you were to mention that to me and say, hey, we're going to do that, it would have been a logistical nightmare. I was at Newberry last night with football, and, it was a very weird feel.
Yeah. It's funny you mentioned that because, I was kidding around because there's no basketball on Saturday, SACs. So I'm watching. I'm like, what do I watch now? I went from football to softball. I'm like, something's wrong with this picture, right? But no, but being able to do that, and again, that's the dedication that all our schools have. Let's play. Let's play.
All right.
Safely, though.
Safely,
Yes.
and they have done that. And I was proud of Newberry, the way they handled everything at the football. I wondered with a big venue how it would go, and I thought they did a great job last night. That was the first, obviously. All right, your final women's championship, some final thoughts, some final comments?
Well, I think this is a fantastic game. I'm looking forward to whoever goes forward. Carson Newman is hosting the regionals on the women's side. LMU is hosting the regionals on the men's side. So hopefully we have an advantage there. I would love to see a championship game in both region on the men, 4 SAC teams.
Yep.
That way we can get 2 teams maybe go to the Elite Eight. So just success, and all our spring sports, wishing them the best of luck, hopefully getting that whole season in.
I think I can speak for the South Atlantic Conference, for Tusculum University. Thank you for your hard work that you have always put forward.
It's been a pleasure. It's been a calling, and I've enjoyed every minute. And like I tell everybody, you're going to see me in the stands. Trust me.
Okay.
I'll see you in Furman next year.
Okay, that'd be great.
Okay.
She is the Senior Associate Commissioner of the South Atlantic Conference. She is Elaine Keevy, our delighted halftime guest here at Pioneer Arena. We're at the half where it's LMU 28 and Tusculum 26. You're watching South Atlantic Conference basketball, the championships presented by Pilot Flying J through SAC Live on the Pioneer Sports Network. And we welcome you back into Pioneer Arena. We get set to start the second half of this Pilot Fly J South Atlantic Conference Championships presented here on the Pioneer Sports Network through SAC Live. 28-26. It is LMU with the lead. It is Tusculum with the basketball to start here in this second half. Brian Staten courtside, glad you could be along with us for this championship Sunday. Radio executive producer of the Pioneer Sports Network is Nathan Humbert. On the TV side of things, Corey Seswich and Doug Page. Maddie Sutton starts the second half. A little runner off the glass, puts it up and in. We're tied at 28. Meanwhile, elsewhere, Barton is leading Belmont Abbey 33-20. They're at the half in the Conference Carolinas Women's Championship. They are the 1 and 2 teams in the region right now. Belmont Abbey is number 1. Manny with the tough runner. This one rolls off no good. Rebounded by Maddie Sutton. Pioneer basketball looking for their first lead since they enjoyed that early in the first quarter. At the top of the key, this will be Jayla Arnwine. Bree Dixon from the left elbow. Man-to-man defense by LMU. 3-ball by Belton. Rims off no good, and the rebound for a foul going against Bree Dixon. So Dixon is going to pick up her second, battling for that loose ball rebound. It'll be LMU basketball. Belton's 3 goes off. The Pioneers have started 1 for 10 from three-point territory in this basketball game. Shooting 38% on the year from three-point territory. LMU into the front court. I didn't see the foul. Just watched it on replay. I didn't necessarily see the foul. And I think it was the official had a different view of it. I was completely opposite of him. Right side, Jackamzook, Manning, Flowers, extra pass to Profit in the corner. She'll take off inside three-point territory. Here's Flowers on a screen. Kick it out. Right side 3-ball by Kaiser is forced, and it will go out of play. A shot clock violation on the Rail Splitters, which is why they were somewhat forced to take that 3 there. We're tied at 28 here in the third quarter. We played a minute and a half in this championship third quarter. Bree Dixon with it into the hands of Arnwine. Back to Dixon on a double team to Rodriguez. Her 3 is off the mark. Rebounded by Arnwine, who throws it back out to the top to Belton. Into the hands of Rodriguez. Pioneers will have a second chance on their 5th offensive rebound of the game. Left side is Arnwine. Through the lane will travel. LMU, nice defense there. Just a little shuffle with the feet. Arnwine tried to split a double team. Pioneers have not clicked offensively, not moved it as well as they have here in this postseason. And against Newberry, they were forced into a really slow game, and Catawba tried to speed them up, but they forced the game into a slower game. This has been a half-court game both ways. Fast break points, 2-0. Tusculum with 1 fast break only here so far. Here's a kick ball out of play as Manny was looking for a bounce pass to Jackamzook. Jackamzook, who took a tough injury in that regular season finale here at Pioneer Arena, February 17th, between these two teams in their series this year. Took a tough hit to the face, but returned to the game, which was amazing in itself. Arnwine with the steal. Arnwine with Sutton, and it's turned over. Flowers gets the steal right back, and then Arnwine will commit the foul right at midcourt. Arnwine gets the steal, commits the foul, which will be number 3 on her. We remain tied at 28. Same type nerves in the first half, I think, bleeding over here to the second half to start the second half. I think Flowers was anticipating that pass to Sutton. I think out of her peripheral vision was able to see that Sutton was barreling down into the front court, into the paint. Flowers spinning, but travels. Now to Stewart's Creek High School from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, the side of the Girls State Championships each year, which begin this week down in Murfreesboro. Left side front court, this will be Tusculum. Bouncing it into the paint to Sutton around Jackamzook. Sutton for the lead, yes. 30-28, Tusculum reclaiming the lead since they had it very early in that opening quarter. Their last lead very early. They led it by 3 with 5:45 to play. Manny, a jumper is no good. Weak side rebound tipped out of bounds off of Flowers after Dixon had the rebound, or I should say Belton had the rebound for just a moment. Flowers knocks it out of her hands and out of play. Across the stripe into the front court, this is going to be Marta Rodriguez. Rodriguez into the hands of Dixon. Tusculum up 2. Pass into the paint is deflected. It's through the legs of 2 players, 3 players. It's on the floor. Jump ball will be LMU. Nice job by LMU covering up that interior pass. And they've been good getting a hand on in the passing lane so far in this game. Haven't forced a lot of steals. As mentioned at the half, they only had 2. Tusculum with just 1. 6th turnover for the Pioneers. LMU basketball down 2 with 6:40 to play in the third of the Pilot Fly J South Atlantic Conference Women's Championship game. Top of the key will be Manny. Manny bouncing it to Jackamzuk, but that's denied. Stolen by Sutton. Takes off on the dribble into the front court on her own. The graduate, who will graduate from Tusculum and not return next year, as allowed through the NCAA regulations this season. Inside the paint to her, out to Click. Looking to bounce it off into Sutton. That's a kick ball. What do I say? For crying out loud, we got to get that one at least. And you get that call as the officials do get it right. Kick ball will be an inbound situation for the Pioneers baseline front court. It'll be Rodriguez who will trigger the inbound. Rodriguez looking, and a 5-second violation. No, we're going to get a foul whistled against LMU. And they were wanting to go to Dixon, but a personal foul going against Flowers will be her second, the first against LMU here this half. So Rodriguez used 4.9 of the 5 seconds. This time on the inbound, Maddie Sutton. Keeney defends her. Ball is knocked away. Sutton goes to the floor with it, and we're going to get a foul on Keeney. Very aggressive in the paint. Sutton, very demonstrative. Keeney will pick up the foul, her third, and team foul number 2. Jackamzuk returns. On the inbound here will be Rodriguez once again. Tusculum's had some issues just getting the ball in. Back out to Sutton at the top. Fakes a 3. Takes off down the lane on a double team. Missed the shot. Rebounded by Jackamzuk. Got herself a little too far under the rim for that shot attempt. Kaiser across the stripe. Tusculum in this half 2 for 5, but lead 30-28. Jackamzuk holding it from the elbow. Will lob it back out to Profit. Neither team wants to make that mistake. Profit on the illegal screen makes the 3, but wipe it off. Jackamzuk whistled for the illegal screen, which will turn the ball over. It was before Profit let it fly. But it will be wiped off. It's 30-28 on the turnover for LMU, their 10th. Left side front court, Belton. Nearly losing it out of play. Gets it back into the hands of Rodriguez. Now they reset at the top. Belton to the left. Bouncing it on the baseline to Sutton. Sutton will skip it. Click will travel it. And another turnover. Odd things happening here. The 2-seeded Pioneers usually have this many mistakes that they're making right now. 5:18 left here in the third of this championship Sunday. Winner punches their tickets into the NCAA tournament. Tusculum right now sitting as the number 5 team in the region, but that was before the tournament began. They've got 2 wins since. LMU will have to win it. Jumper is no good. Rebounded by Jackamzuk, and a whistle for a foul that will go inside. And it will be Jackamzuk getting an offensive rebound and the 3rd foul on Bree Dixon. That'll take us to a timeout on the floor. We'll take it. Return to Pioneer Arena. 4:56 left in the 3rd quarter. Tusculum 30, LMU 28. As you listen to the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Championships on the Pioneer Sports Network and through SAC Live.
In NCAA Division II, student athletes leave a lasting impression on their communities. That's because Division II student athletes want to make a difference and truly be part of their surrounding communities. Through community engagement, thousands of student athletes from various backgrounds interact with community members who view them as role models. This interaction leaves a positive and perhaps even life-changing impression on all those involved. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Johnson City Toyota is the #1 Toyota dealership in the Tri-Cities because we make buying simple. First, we discount every vehicle every day, and we stand behind what we sell with a lifetime warranty. For more, simply go to johnsoncitytoyota.com.
(30-28), Tusculum with the advantage against Lincoln Memorial here in this third quarter. Maggie Jackamsuk at the free throw line for LMU. Her first free throw is no good. Jackamsuk averaging 13 points a game this season against the Pioneers, averaging 10.4 on the season overall, coming off an 11-point game in the win against Anderson. Knocks down the second. 30-29, Tusculum by 1 in the first point of the second half for LMU. They have started 0 for 3, Tusculum 2 for 5, but each team with some turnovers to start the second half. Sutton, Belton, a 3. Bang! Timely buckets for the Pioneers as they take a 33-29 lead against the Rail Splitters of Lincoln Memorial. Flowers into the front court. Here's Manny into the hands of Jackamsuk. Jackamsuk on the right side to Flowers. Pick and roll to Jackamsuk. Layup attempt rolls off, no good. Rebounded by Maddie Sutton. Sutton controls the board. Sutton an 11-point game. Closing in on yet her 19th double-double with her 7th rebound. Into the front court. Belton another one. That one is no good. Sutton rebound. Her putback is no good, but she's fouled. Lindsey Prophet will be whistled for the foul, her first and the fourth on LMU here in the third as Keeney returns for the Rail Splitters. Maddie Sutton, 11 points, 8 rebounds, leading the nation in double-doubles. Sutton's free throw, her first of 2, is good. Meanwhile, in the Conference Carolinas Championship, Belmont Abbey is coming back on Barton. They were down just 2. It's a 4-point Barton lead after it was 13 at the half for Barton. 39-35 has just gone 39-37. Belmont Abbey, the #1 team in the league, they're hosting that championship game today. 35-29, Sutton makes both free throws. Kaiser down the lane is no good, and the rebound tipped out of bounds off of LMU. Tusculum with their largest lead, surging here in the third on 3 of 7 from the field. Meanwhile, LMU is cold at 0 for 5 after starting the second 6 for 6. 35-29 Tusculum. Dixon into Sutton. Sutton, and a traveling violation here. I don't understand it. She put the ball on the floor, maybe as she was moving, but a lot of travels in this game. Again, I think a little bit of that is nerves. And the Pioneers, who have been relying on defense here in the start of the second half, themselves another stop, or will LMU break through? Manning at the top. Back out, this is going to be Prophet. Prophet, right side to Keeney. Keeney puts it on the floor, drives on Dixon, shuffled the feet, missed the shot, rebound taken by Dixon. Dixon with the board into the hands of Rodriguez, who takes it across the stripe on the dribble. Under 3 to play in the third. At the top of the key, this will be Maya Belton. Belton, Rodriguez on the right wing. Dixon at the top. Puts it on the floor, drives it right to the rim. A lot of contact, draws the foul. Dixon will go to the line and shoot 2. Manny got to the spot just a little late, picking up her second foul, and the 5th against LMU. The next whistle for a foul will put Tusculum to the line for 2 automatically. So Dixon to the stripe for the Pioneers. And Dixon A 10-point game, 5 of 7 from the field with now 6 rebounds. Her free throw a little short, no good. Has played every minute with Rodriguez and Sutton. Second is good. Dixon has been 12 of 19 from three-point territory over the last 10 games. Just doesn't take a lot of shots. And a timeout will be asked for by Devin Carter. That'll take us to a timeout on the floor as well. We return to Pioneer Arena in 1 minute. 2:40 to play in the third. It's Tusculum at 36 and Lincoln Memorial 29 as you listen through the Pioneer Sports Network and watch through SAC Live.
Tasha, did you know Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more? So what are you waiting for? Hip-hop group tag team to help you plan dessert?
Fresh vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop this, scoop shakalaka, 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 shaka, scoop shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
Lincoln Memorial basketball out of the timeout. They trail 36-29, their largest deficit of this championship game. Manning backing her way in on Sutton, layup, no. Sutton grabs the rebound. 36-29, Tusculum. Rodriguez across the stripe for the Pioneers. Belton has hit a big three this half. Here's Dixon. Only the second three-pointer made for the Pioneers in the game as well. On a 13 attempts. Rodriguez with 10 to shoot. Watched by Flowers. Gets a screen, takes off down the lane, missed the layup attempt, and then she rips the rebound away from Flowers and then takes it back out behind the three-point stripe. A fresh 20 seconds for the Pioneers after Rodriguez got all the way to the rim but missed it. Ripped the rebound away from Flowers. 9 to shoot. Into the paint to Maddie Sutton. Sutton, a ball fake. Drives it, shoots it, scores it, and one. Jordan Manny committing the foul, number 3 on her. And Maddie Sutton, a rebound away from her 19th double-double. Will go back to the free throw line where she's 3 of 4 at the stripe in the game. Knocks it down. 39-29, Tusculum. It's an 11-1 run to start this second half for the Pioneers. And we have a minute 30 left in the third. Left side, Keeney. Top of the key is Kaiser. Keeney, she'll try a three over Sutton, is good. Keeney knocks down the first field goal of the second half, and 37% from 3 on the year. Not a surprise. 39-32, Tusculum. Left side is Maya Belton. It will be the 4th made 3 of the game for LMU. 2nd in the league in three-point percentage. Clicks 3, no good. Rebound taken by LMU. The Pioneers 4 of 10 from the field this half. LMU is 1 for 8. Loose ball picked up by Rodriguez. Rodriguez racing it into the front court. Keeney to beat, drives around her, puts it up, missed the layup. Belton grabs the rebound for the Pioneers. Another missed one in the paint for the Pioneers, but a determined second half. 9 to shoot. Into the paint, knocked away and stolen. LMU gets the basketball and can have the final shot of the half and can have some momentum. Down 7. They trail by 9. They trail by 10. Kaiser will back it out near the midcourt stripe. Final 13 seconds of the quarter. Left side is Flowers. Flowers. Keeney. drives it, gives it up to Manny. Baseline three is overshot, no good. Rebounded by Click, and that'll end the third. End of three of the championship game. It's 2-seeded Tusculum 39, 8-seeded LMU 32. Back with the final quarter after this of the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Championships on the Pioneer Sports Network through SAC Live.
Broken windshield, take one. Hey guys, my windshield just got broken. I feel like I need to blow off some steam. Let's go. 1, 2, 3.
Mr. Blanks, there's no need to be stressed. Geico makes it easy to file a claim online, on the app, or over the phone.
Yeah, but what if I never hear back? That's gonna make me want to go, Jack.
Nope, your Geico claims team is always there for you.
That makes me want to celebrate with some fireworks. 5, 6, 7, go. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah!
Geico. Great service without all the...
From the first half to the second half, the Pioneers have rallied for a 20-3 run, trailing 28-19 in that second quarter. From the second quarter to the start of the fourth quarter, the Pioneers have outscored LMU 20-3 and lead 39-32. Left side on the drive is Sutton. Lost it going up, but it's saved by Dixon out to Arnwine for a three. She's overshot this. Sutton gets the rebound. Shot clock is not reset. We've airballed it twice. Rodriguez, her three is no good. It's also airballed, and the rebound by LMU. 39-32 Tusculum. If one of those goes in, this place goes crazy. Left side, this will be Kaiser for three is good, and Kaiser with a big answer for LMU. A big stop on missed shots by Tusculum, and now it's down to 39-35. 2 3-pointers made this half, the only field goals made this half for LMU. The Pioneers, can they get an answer? On the left side, they go to Dixon. Sutton knocked away by Manny, and the ball's loose and tipped into the back court. 9 to shoot. Tusculum will have it into the front court. Rodriguez, Dixon, Belton in the corner. Forced three, no good. Rebounded LMU. Another missed shot for the Pioneers to start the fourth. LMU surging, 39-35 Tusculum. Right side handoff, this will be Profit. To the top to Keeney. Keeney, she'll take a three. No good. Rebounded by Rodriguez. Rodriguez will race it into the front court. Flowers gives chase, and now Rodriguez will slow it up. Pioneers into the half court, outscoring LMU 13-4 in that third quarter. Left side front court. On the right side, this is going to be Arnwine. Onto the baseline, inside the paint. This will be Maddie. Sutton missed the layup. Sutton missing the layup, and the rebound taken by LMU. Into the front court will be the Rail Splitters. We go under 8 to play in this championship game. 39-35, low-scoring affair here at Pioneer Arena. Manning, Keeney a three. Yes. 3 3-pointers in the half for LMU, and it's a 1-point Pioneer lead. They led by 10 just seconds ago at 39-29. A 9-0 run, all thanks to the three-pointer. Skip it right side, Rodriguez. Here's Sutton from the elbow. Drives it on Keeney. And a whistle for a foul inside on Manny. Manny will pick up number 4, and it'll be her first, the team's first, this fourth quarter. So Manny will come out as Jackamzook is back in. Pioneers offense leaking some oil. 0 for 5 here in the fourth. 4 of 16 here in this second half. This will be Rodriguez at the top into the hands of Arnwine. Dixon, Arnwine at the top. Outside Rodriguez forces a three. It's no good. Another missed shot by the Pioneers. LMU's defense holding strong, and they can take the lead right back on this possession. Riding the hot hand right now on the 9-0 run on the strength of those three made threes. Jackamzuk from the elbow on the left side. Kaiser back out to Keeney. Keeney rallying this comeback with two made threes in this half. Backing her way in, now backing out to Flowers. Flowers, Keeney. Keeney forces a three. Good at the buzzer, just a two. Knocks down the two right at the end of the shot clock. 40-39 LMU. Rallying from the 10-point deficit on an 11-0 run. Arnwine's three is blocked. LMU's Flowers comes away with the block and the loose ball. Flowers across the stripe. Arnwine defending her a little more aggressively. Belton will deflect the ball out of bounds. And the Pioneers, who seem to be surging, LMU has answered here in the fourth. Looking for the school's first ever South Atlantic Conference Tournament Championship. Pioneers vying back-to-back. Vying for back-to-back championships in the league for the first time since Wingate did it in 2015-16. Keeney in the paint, back out. This will be Kaiser a three, in and out, no good. Rebounded by Maddie Sutton, and it's her 19th double-double. Into the front court, this is going to be Marta Rodriguez. Rodriguez on the left wing, at the top of the key. Backdoor is Dixon, give it up to Sutton, layup, good. Pioneers lead again. Good interior passing, that one from Dixon. LMU across the stripe. This will be Flowers. 5:20 left in this championship game. On the right side, this is going to be Profit. Kaiser. Kaiser with it on the right side. Keeney. Keeney spins, puts up another one, no good. And the rebound comes down to the Pioneers. Rodriguez up ahead. Sutton runs the floor, puts it up, draws the foul at the line. Sutton couldn't grab her balance in time as Keeney commits her fourth personal foul. Keeney, the Eckerd College transfer, played a major role. She's averaging 17.5 points a game in the last three. At the free throw line is going to be Maddie Sutton. Keeney with those four fouls. Manny has four as well. First free throw is good by Maddie Sutton. And she just lost her balance, I think, a little bit on the way up to that rim and missed that layup attempt for an and one possibility. Her second free throw is good for the first team all-conference, Maddie Sutton. 43-40 Tusculum, after giving up a 10-point lead, giving up the lead at 40-39, have answered with four straight. Keeney working against Dixon. Crossover dribble, gives it up to Jackamzuk. Jackamzuk, Kaiser, Keeney. From the right block, working against Dixon. Spins one way, the other way, missed the layup. Rebound taken by Dixon. 4.5 left in the championship game. The Pioneers by three. Arnwine, Rodriguez. Into the paint. This will be Dixon. Back out, Belton a three. Bang! And one! The foul occurred after the bucket was made, and the Pioneers are going to have the possession when we come back after this. Potential momentum swing in the fourth. We go to a break. 4:24 left. It's Tusculum 46, Lincoln Memorial 40, as you listen to the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Women's Championship game on the Pioneer Sports Network through SAC Live.
Family.
Food's here!
What's it mean to you? To us, it means the people you care about, look out for, and yeah, love. Even if you'd never let them hear you say it.
Hey, you're eating hummus?
What's wrong with hummus?
Here at Ingalls, we have everything you need to gather around the table and give each other a hard time. because that's what families do. Ingalls, all the ingredients for family.
So we welcome you back into Pioneer Arena in the fourth quarter. Final 4:20 of this one. The Pioneers have hit just 2 field goals. But a big one by Maya Belton, and she drew the foul after the play, which gives the Pioneers the possession right back. Arnwine a 3. Bang! A 6-point trip for the Pioneers. They're up 9. LMU hoping to answer as Flowers takes it into the front court on the dribble right side. We'll give it up to Kaiser. 2 threes, back-to-back trips for the Pioneers. Haven't had that type of offensive efficiency all game, where Keeney has had that type of offense efficiency but loses it here. Keeney gives it up. Maddie Sutton will take it coast to coast. Layup is good. Very familiar to last year's tournament championship for the Pioneers against Anderson with that huge second-half surge. Another one here, and it's an offensive foul. A complete momentum swinging call that goes against the Rail Splitters here, and Flowers. It'll be her 3rd foul and the 4th team foul. A very similar, eerie feeling to the way the regular season game happened on February 17th when the Pioneers used that 4th quarter surge after they trailed by 15 in the first half to the Rail Splitters. The Pioneers are up by their largest number of 11. And you look back at it, Flowers just lowered the shoulder and was determined to get to the rim there and went right through her defender, and Sutton drew that foul. Pioneer basketball on a 12-0 run over the last 2 minutes. 2 threes have helped. Rodriguez. Sutton, Rodriguez, Arnwine. This pass to no one in particular. Went right through Sutton, right through Dixon, and the turnover for the Pioneers is their 11th. So for Tusculum in this quarter, they're 4 of 11 from the field. They were 8 for 22 this half and 19 of 51 for the game, 37%. They are 4 of 21 from 3 at 19%. But 2 of them happened on back-to-back possessions, and the second possession was courtesy of a foul after a made 3 by Belton, which has given and just swing this momentum completely in favor of Tusculum with under 3 minutes to play in the game. Lauren Flowers across the stripe. LMU erased a 10-point deficit in short order at the end of the 3rd to the start of the 4th quarter to take a 40-39 lead. Flowers in the paint, and she'll draw a foul this time on Rodriguez, and Flowers will get to the free throw line. Rodriguez will pick up her first, team foul number 1. 12-0 run has been courtesy of also 3 turnovers by LMU in the last 3.5 minutes. Flowers is at the stripe. Knocks down calmly in a loud arena, the first free throw. The sophomore out of Stewart's Creek High School. Impressed with her last year as a freshman, played a bunch. Had an 18-point and 11-point game against Tusculum this year, averaging 13.5 points a game. Coming off a 5-point game against Anderson, missing the second one, rebounded by Bree Dixon. Dixon, 11 points, 8 rebounds for her in the game, make it 9 rebounds. Left side front court, Dixon in double figures now 8 times this year and 23 times for her career here at Tusculum. Right side, I should say, for her entire collegiate career. Tusculum will use some clock. Rodriguez to the top to Belton, 3 to shoot. Dixon at the buzzer for 3. This one rims off no good, and a rebound foul that's going to go against Jayla Arnwine. Arnwine's going to pick up her 4th personal foul and the team's 2nd. With 2:17 to play, it's a 10-point Pioneer lead. I think they're still going to have to make a field goal before this is all said and done with. Across the stripe will be Flowers. Flowers on the dribble, watched by Arnwine with those 4 fouls. Manny spinning, shooting, and scoring. Manny with 8 points in the game, and a timeout asked for by Devin Carter of the LMU Rail Splitters with 2:01 left. And that's why I think this next possession for the Pioneers will be a vital possession offensively. I think they'll have to score on this possession because Manny, who has been a non-factor here in this second half because of some foul trouble, has just picked up her 17th point of the basketball game. In that first half, when the Pioneers had the lead at halftime, Jordan Manny had 15 of her team's 28 points. But a totally different perspective per se here in this second half as she has dealt with some foul trouble and has been out of the game for a large part of this second half. But that was a big drive right to the rim for Jordan Manny, the junior out of Atlanta, Georgia, by way of Dutchtown High School. 51-43. Pioneers inbound out of the LMU timeout. Belton into the front court, gives it up to Rodriguez as LMU came with some pressure, which we haven't seen from them in the game, full court pressure, but the Pioneers answered it nicely. Into the front court on the drive is Arnwine and lost the ball. Got it back to Dixon. Dixon nearly lost it, but then saves it. She'll take off to the rim, put up a runner. That's no good. The rebound is out of bounds. That should be saved. It is. And now the Pioneers will back it out. Scramble mode by the Rail Splitters with 1:27 to play. And a foul whistled against Lexi Kaiser will be her third, and that will put the Pioneers to the line on the 2-shot bonus. A scramble play, and Arnwine keeps it alive and then looks for some contact. Not going to get that call in this championship game, I'm afraid. And then Dixon tried to drive it to the rim, tipped it right back out for the Pioneers. Rodriguez knocks down the first free throw. Second free throw for Marta. Too strong and no good. Keeney grabs the board for the Rail Splitters. Here comes Kaiser and her team down 9 into the front court. Crossover top of the key. Keeney on the right wing. Backs up for a three. It's good. Keeney with another big shot. 52-46. Into the front court on the pass to Arnwine. Into the hands of Rodriguez, and she'll be fouled and go to the free throw line again. Rodriguez just 65% this year at the stripe with just 1 of 2 seconds ago. Keeney surging after not scoring in that February 17th game against the Pioneers. Keeney now with 13 points on 5 of 10 from the floor. She's been the hottest LMU player here down this stretch. In this conference tournament, Keeney very likely could earn a spot on the all-tournament team, as she has been averaging 17.5 points a game in the tournament. Rodriguez knocks down 2 free throws. 54-46 Tusculum. Into the front court will be Kaiser. Under a minute to play in the championship. Kaiser, Keeney. Keeney backing her way in on Dixon. Offensive foul. Keeney whistled for that offensive foul. It turns it over. Keeney fouls out of the game. A technical foul has been given to Keeney. She has fouled out of the game and was given a technical. Keeney did not like the offensive foul that Dixon kind of baited her in, if you saw it, but was in front of her the whole time, and she just they were banging, going right to the rim. Maddie Sutton at the free throw line. Will it be back-to-back for her, the graduate? Made them both. 19th double-double. She's over 20 points again as well. 19 times this year, has scored in double figures, 39 for her career. 28 double-doubles for her career, 19 of them have come this year. A Pioneer team that surged from the first half to the second half, went on a 20-3 run to take the lead, and ultimately led by as many as 10. But LMU answered to go on an 11-0 run and took a 40-39 lead on the strength of Keeney threes and Kaiser. But the Pioneers' Maddie Sutton would get the lead back at 41-40, in which they have not relinquished late in the third. They would lead 46-40 at the under 5 break here in this fourth quarter, I should say. They gave up the lead early in the fourth, and they have just continued to pull away, getting to the free throw line. 40 seconds left in this basketball game. Devin Carter is saying, do not foul. The Pioneers are going to let the clock run. He did this as well, Coach Carter, in that February 17th game. After the Pioneers had built the lead, he just kind of backed off. It's a 10-point Pioneer lead. They're just going to play straight-up defense. Sutton a three at the buzzer. Bang. .5 left. It'll be back-to-back for the Pioneers, and for the first time since 15-16 for Wingate. It'll be the second time that they've gone back-to-back. 10 and 11. It will be 20 and 21. A whistle to stop the momentum. Devin Carter cannot believe that call was a blocking foul, and will send LMU to the free throw line to shoot free throws. Down by as many as 9 points in that first half, the Pioneers rally again against Devin Carter and the LMU Rail Splitters after trail by 15 in that February 17th regular season meeting. Lindsey Profit at the free throw line, the junior, knocking down that one. And 3 seconds to play. Back to back, your Tusculum Pioneers are the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Tournament champions. Playing in only their second tournament championship game, the LMU Rail Splitters had the momentum in that first half, felt some momentum here in this fourth quarter, but the Pioneers answer, led by Maddie Sutton and Bree Dixon, to claim the school's fourth tournament championship. Stay with us here on the radio side of things. We'll hear from Coach Megan Price, and on the TV side of things, we'll hear from both coaches. We'll hear from Coach Devin Carter of LMU, and you'll also be able to watch Devin Carter of LMU and watch Megan Price from Tusculum University as well. We'll wrap things up here on the radio side of things and get back right after this. Your final score, Tusculum 59, Lincoln Memorial 47. The Tusculum women are your tournament champions. From the Pioneer Sports Network through SAC Live. They go back-to-back, joining teams such as their own Pioneers. Wingate in 15-16, Newberry in 06-07. Wingate did it also in 96-97. And Presbyterian, the only team to go 3 straight, 98, 99, 2000. And with this very odd COVID year and the ability to return players from one year to the next, is there a three-peat? Oh, that's so far ahead. But without Maddie Sutton, who comes up again with her 19th double-double of the season. 27-point, 11-rebound game. You will be seeing the pictures of the championship presentation, and we will go through some of the numbers while we do that as well. They'll also have the all-tournament team that will be announced, and we're going to have that for you as well here through SAC Live and also on the Pioneer Sports Network. We'll try to give you the Brittany, for they're announcing the all-tournament team. Janiyah Downs announced to the all-tournament team from Catawba. Jordan Manning from LMU, well-deserved, especially in this game. 17 point, 7 of 16 from the field, 5-rebound game for Jordan Manning.
From Lincoln Memorial University,
Lindsey Profit from Lincoln Memorial, also picking up an all-tournament nod. Profit in this basketball game, 7 points, 2 of 5 from the field with 2 rebounds.
From Tusculum University, Marta Rodriguez.
The birthday girl, Marta Rodriguez, picking up an all-tournament nod. Big against Catawba with some big threes in that contest. Big here in this tournament championship, played every second. Jayla Arnwine. Newberry had been massive, knocking down threes in that one, getting timely threes against Catawba, and again today as well.
And finally, rounding out the all-tournament team,
Your MVP,
2021 Southland Conference Pilot Flying J Championship Most Valuable Player. From Tusculum University, Maddie Sutton.
Maddie Sutton picking up her 19th double-double, a 27-point, 11-rebound game, 8 of 9 at the free throw line, 9 of 17 from the field. She, along with Rodriguez and Dixon, played every single second of this basketball game. The 5 of the 7 all-tournament members here today, Sutton, Arnwine, and Rodriguez, LMU's Jordan Manning, and Lindsey Profit for the Rail Splitters of Lincoln Memorial University. They will be announcing the runner-up of the tournament, the Rail Splitters. Through this postseason, Cinderella run is over, as they'll finish the season at 11-11 when Devin Carter's first year with LMU in this very difficult year for everybody. The Pioneers improved to 18-3 on the year, winning their 3rd straight after falling in the regular season finale to the UVA-wise Cavaliers with the opportunity to win the conference outright. They took the number 2 seed here into this tournament, and the 2-seeded Pioneers are tournament champions. They did so on the strength of a 20-3 run from the first half to the second half. They led 30-28 at halftime. They would lead 39-32 at the end of 3, but their lead was 39-29. And then the threes started falling for the Rail Splitters, as it would be Keeney who would get it jump-started into that 4th quarter. It would be followed up by a Profit 3 and then another 3 by Keeney. And after 3 made threes, it was a 9-0 run, and it was 40-39 just seconds into the 4th quarter of play. They would take their first lead on a drive by Keeney to make it a 40-39 lead, their first lead of the second half since leading much of the first half. But the Pioneers' Maddie Sutton would answer to give them the lead back for good at 41-40 on great interior passing between Bree Dixon and Maddie Sutton. Sutton would finish it on the right block, and the Pioneers would take a 46-40 lead at the under 5 timeout. They would get the lead at 43-40, and then they would go back-to-back. The turning point of this game was a 3-ball by Maya Belton. She was fouled after the shot, and they were given the possession. And right on the ensuing possession, Jayla Arnwine would knock down the 3. the total clinching moment of this tournament happened right there. A 6-point possession for the Pioneers, and they would take a 49-40 lead. That lead would grow to 11, which would be the largest lead of the game during that time. They would ultimately have a 13-point lead, and they have won it by 12 at 59-47. For the Pioneers, they hit 20 of 54 from the field, 37%, 5 of 23 from 3, 14 of 19 at the free throw line. LMU hit 17 of 43 from the field, 7 of 21 from 3, and 6 of 11 from the free throw line. The Pioneers out-rebound LMU 36-29, 11 offensive boards to the Rail Splitters 2 in the game. The Pioneers had 15 assists on 20 made shots, 11 turnovers, no blocks, and 5 steals, led by Maddie Sutton's 3. LMU had 8 assists, 16 turnovers in the game, 1 block, and 5 steals. The Pioneers, once again this year, led by Maddie Sutton, her 27 points and 11 rebound effort has earned her the MVP honors of this Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference tournament. Bree Dixon finishing with 11 points and 9 boards in every second. Jayla Arnwine with 8 points, 4 points for Marta Rodriguez with 4 assists, and 9 points for Maya Belton with 3 assists in this basketball game for the Pioneers, total of 59. For LMU, Jordan Manny finishing with 17 points, 7 of 16 from the field, 13 points for Michaela Keeney, 1 point for Maggie Jackamzuk, 3 points for Lexi Kaiser, 6 for Lauren Flowers, and 7 for Lindsay Profit for their total of 47. The Pioneers had a 28-18 edge, points in the paint, 17-5 in points off turnovers, 10-3 in second chance, 4-0 in the fast break, and LMU's bench outscored Tusculum's bench 13-0. We'll be joined by the conference tournament champion winning coach Megan Price when we return right after this. Your final, Tusculum 59, LMU 47, as you listen to Pioneer Basketball on the Pioneer Sports Network. We welcome you back into our post-game coverage of the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Championships here through the Pioneer Sports Network on SAC Live, and joined by the South Atlantic Conference Tournament MVP, the MVP for Tusculum fans. I think a lot of people would feel that way. Maddie Sutton picking up her 19th double-double, 27 points, 11 rebounds. It's her 15th straight, whatever it is. The numbers are astronomical. It's been a phenomenal season for you. Number one, congratulations for what your honor, for what you earned, and what this team earned today.
Thank you very much, Brian.
It was a season in which you guys were a number 7. So when you start the year, you know, you lose a coach, you lost 4,000 career points from a team that won the tournament last year, that qualified for the NCAA tournament, that didn't get to go. Was there, I'm not even going to say chip because I don't want to go there, but was there a different type of motivation to start this season for your team?
I mean, the chip on our shoulder is a great way to put it because, like you said, the 4,000 points, that's all everyone was talking about. No doubt we lost some great players, a great coach. But we came in this year just with the idea we got to keep working. We got a new coach in, Coach Price, and she's just been awesome. She brought him to us from day one. And really, we just believed in ourselves when it felt like nobody else did, because, you know, those preseason stuff comes out. We got nobody on the preseason.
Yeah.
We're ranked 7th. We just came back from winning the tournament. So, I mean, it just felt a little disrespectful, but we used that as motivation, and here we are.
I think for Coach Price's perspective, she didn't come in and try to change a whole lot, did she? I mean, she really kind of listened to you guys. Do you really like that, you know, when the season was rolling and she wasn't trying to make you guys what you weren't?
Right. No, it was so awesome to have Coach Price. Jayla and I got to talk to her a lot in the hiring process and just met her early. She asked us a lot of questions. She didn't want to come in and just completely turn it upside down our senior year. So she just got a lot of feedback from us and just let us have that that privilege and just like knowing how to play and calling these plays and stuff.
You know, you go through the season and continue to accumulate the wins, and we continue to rack up wins, and then we get to the last game of the year and a chance to win a conference championship outright. Was it disappointing? I mean, did you guys feel as if you left one on the table, or did it fuel the fire here in this tournament championship run?
It's kind of funny because I think every year that I've been here, we've lost our last regular season game. And last year, we lost our last regular season to Wingate, come back, play them again, and just won that game. So I think it was a familiar feeling. It was upsetting that we couldn't get it done, but like you said, it was motivation to we're like, okay, we've been here. We know what it takes. We shouldn't be looking ahead. We need to look what's in front of us and just go team by team, game by game.
During the regular season against LMU, it was 2 games in which you rallied from each game during the regular season. You've done it here in the tournament championship game as well. You had that huge run in the first half as we talk about this game. 20-3 run from the first half into the second half, and then they go on the run. What kind of changed for you guys after they took that 1-point lead? How did you guys become different in that fourth quarter?
Really, all we've been talking about for the past week or this whole entire tournament, just get stops, because tournament is crazy and you're going to get absolutely everyone's best. You're going to get everyone's best regardless, but it's just a different atmosphere, and we had a nice advantage being at home. So just coming down, getting stops. If they go on a little bit of a run, we knew that was going to happen. They're a good team. They're well coached, but we know that we can make runs as well. So just withstanding runs, and it's who can have the better run.
You know, you went coast to coast. I mean, was it an out-of-body experience for you?
Senior year, I gotta go, gotta do some different stuff.
It really motivated the team because you go coast to coast, and it added that run where you guys took the lead for good. Your bucket, 41-40. You never trailed after that. Obviously, the turning point, the back-to-back 3-pointers on the back-to-back possessions that you guys had. It seems as if you've been doing that a lot this year and motivated. And in this tournament run, you played 2 teams before this one that were very similar tonight.
Right.
Did the 2 games before this really prepare you for what you guys face today?
Yeah, all the Newberry, Catawba, and LMU can all shoot the ball very well.
Yeah.
Newberry shoots very great. LMU got a lot of shooters. They shoot, I think, second leading percentage in the SAC. So we knew that they were going to get hot at some point. They have capable shooters, but like I said, it was just about those withstanding runs, and we have people who are digging deep, getting stops.
All right, elephant in the room. The coach from last year was on that sideline. How gratifying is it to get a tournament championship? You know, because he is a good coach, and I think he really inspired you. You really blossomed under him.
Yeah.
And what we are seeing here this year is what Coach Price has been able then more to get out of you. But how gratifying is it? Just because he's over there and maybe just something to have under him.
Love Coach Carter. He's a great coach, obviously. Was my coach for 3 years. I learned a lot. I think I developed a lot under him. And Coach Jordan really helped me in the post. And then obviously Sid, you know, their GA too. It's just funny. But love them all. But, yeah, it was great to see.
Yeah, it's great to
It was great to have. But, yeah, respect a lot for them.
Very diplomatic, very nice. And then to get it for Coach Price, how gratifying is it for her and this whole team? Really?
Oh, absolutely. She's just so great. She bought into us from day one. She listens to us. She works hard. She never sleeps. She's texting us at like 3 a.m. every day, like sending us clips of film. Her work ethic is crazy, and she just really bought into us and just the idea that we can do this again. It wasn't anyone else. It's like who we have on this team, and we are capable, and we can do it again.
Hey, phenomenal career.
Thank you.
Hate that you're going, but we got more. We got more basketball.
We got a couple more games.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much, Brian.
She's Maddie Sutton. The Tusculum Pioneers are the tournament champions. We're back with Coach Price after this. And we welcome you back into the Pilot 5J South Atlantic Conference Championship Sunday. Tusculum defeats the Lincoln Memorial University Rail Splitters. LMU making the program's second appearance, but in the conference tournament, the first 8 seed to advance to this championship game. Very familiar person sitting right here. This is Devin Carter. I know it's disappointing. You come in here with a totally different mindset. You're riding a high. You've won 3 straight. Let's go back to when you lost against Carson Newman.
Yeah.
That's devastating when you go down there and you take that loss. How did your team respond after that loss to end the regular season?
Man, I tell you, they responded the same way they have all year. I mean, just a gritty, tough bunch. You know, a couple weeks ago, man, we thought we were going to shut down the year. You know, we've lost 3 starters this year.
Yep.
We've had injuries. We've had freak injuries. We've had COVID issues. We've had everything. And yet I just told our kids, man, in the midst of a pandemic, they found a way to make history.
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's one of those things, man, where you, when you come into a new place, a culture is already set, but then you've got to make that culture your own. And so that's been a long process, you know, for us. But, man, the kids that we had that just stayed the course with it, man, have been great. You know, like our starters, our 5 starters, all of them had career highs this year, you know. And so, you know, I'm really looking forward to, you know, our program as we build it, man. I mean, last night we had one of the best guards in the country commit to us last night. And so it's just one of those things, man, where we're putting a lot of positives together. Even today, I thought we had some positives and showed some growth, fighting back from a deficit, you know, and then, you know, obviously some things didn't go our way, but really proud of my kids, man, really proud of how they battled and how they handled adversity. And I told them, man, any other group or a softer group wouldn't be in this situation because after we lost by 39 or 49 to Carson Newman, most teams would have folded. And we found a way to come back a week later and get a win. And so it was just one of those things, man, where, you know, I'm really proud of their effort and their grit.
I got to notice a thing or two about recruiting guards as well. He's done pretty good at that as well. But then you took care of business against Coker, did what you had to do, the 8 seed versus the 9 seed there at home, and then you go on the road to Holt Fieldhouse. Was it a totally different environment, or did you guys feel as if your group was ready for the moment?
Yeah, I felt like, you know, the night that we went down there and got, you know, blown out, it was more so us than them, you know, and so we've been preaching this here. It's part of our process of growth. Details matter. And so, you know, I told our kids, man, like when we went back and watched the film, that, you know, we lacked on a lot of details, and that's why, you know, we took the whooping that we did. And so we fixed a lot of those details. We were able to come back and just had a gritty, tough performance, man. Even when adversity hit, we never folded. You know, our huddles were tight-knit, and it was just one of those things, man, where I felt like going into the game, I felt pretty good about it.
Your history then taking you to the Electric City at Anderson hasn't always been positive.
Right.
But, you know, JV has some great teams down there, and you're able to get that victory. I mean, to me at that moment, as I'm looking back at Devin Carter's career, I'm thinking, that's the best win of your career type thing, you know. But you knocked him off in the tournament last year, and then in this one in a different setting. How proud of you were your group to go down there and take off? They're huge, and they're so big.
Absolutely.
And to get that victory, to get into this championship game, obviously groundbreaking.
Yeah, I mean, you know, once again, man, it's part of our process, man. Like, our process is built on toughness, you know, like it's built on toughness. And that's usually the last piece of it to take full circle. You know, like, you know, you look at even the time here, man, I mean, it was, you know, 6 wins, and then 16, then 20 and 24. It was a process. But when you finally did it, toughness was the culprit, you know. And so I think our process here is a little bit faster, though, just because and sped up a little bit more, just because we got some tough kids in the program. We've got some kids that compete, and I felt like when we went to Anderson, we just flat out competed. You know, they were bigger, they were stronger, you know, they were longer, but we found a way to get that 50-50 ball. We found a way to get that box out, and we found a way to handle pressure and take care of the ball. And I thought that was the difference in the ball game. We had made some great plays, some clutch plays, but I felt like our toughness is what carried us.
Into this championship game as the first ever 8 seed, then here on the road in Pioneer Arena, you know, a tough place for the visiting teams to come in and play, and they had it going here today. You got off to that good start. Jordan Manning was unstoppable in that first half, and things were going, but then they just right there at the end of that first half started the run, continued it into the second half, but then you caught fire. Was there anything that you were doing differently to be able to get right back into the game?
You know, I just felt like, you know, in the second half, I felt like we missed some reads at the start of the second half. But, you know, I just felt like we got off to a great start. And, you know, once again, man, I told the girls, man, it's part of our process, you know, like closing out games. Closing out halves. You know, the girls in our locker room right now have pretty much, you know, for their career, they have losing records, you know. And so this was the first time they've ever played for a championship. This was the first time they've been in a game of this magnitude. You know, on the road, I think we had 6 fans, you know, going against probably 500 or whatever. But, you know, it's one of those things where we had some opportunities that we missed, man, and you know, didn't take advantage of. And so, you know, going against a team like this, I mean, everybody that played in this game tonight was here last year. Right. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
we were there. And so, you know, they've been there before. They made just more plays than us down the stretch. I mean, you know, it's kind of bittersweet, man, you know, but it's sweet because I'm looking at Jayla and Maddie, and I just remember, you know, seeing those kids, and all I heard was Jayla's voice and Maddie yelling, and I'm like, who are these kids talking in the middle of this game?
Yeah.
But to see that they have had one of the best careers, their time here, you know, with me for 3, and then with Coach Price for 1, they've had one of the best careers in Tusculum history, and that makes me feel great, man. My dad always said, you leave things better than where you found it.
Right.
And, you know, to see those girls have that success this year is absolutely huge, man. And so they closed like a champion. They closed like a champion. I mean, that third quarter, they made it tough for us to get off shots. They made it tough for us to get to the hole. They made life difficult for us. And so, you know, I told my kids I was proud of them. We're going to be back, man. Like, I mean, you know, at the end of the day, this is part of our process, but we're going to be back, and we're going to be playing in these games for a long time.
A Pioneer team that closed it out again behind Maddie Sutton and Jayla Armwine. Turning play in this game was a back-to-back 3 set. Difficult to take. Proud of the way your team handled that because I really felt like even from there, and they still continued to battle. So I think you got to take a lot of weight from even this championship in a loss to be very proud of what you got going forward.
For sure. Definitely proud. I mean, like, nobody expected us to be here except the people in our locker room, and they just competed. Our process is different, man. You know, like I tell people, you know, when, you know, our program's not for everybody. You know, it's not for everybody. And so the kids that we have in there now, I think they've fully embraced our process, man. They've worked, and that's why they're in the situation they are today. That's why they came and competed for a championship today. Up at the half, you're 1 half away, you know, and so I told them that it's supposed to hurt because, you know, next year, you know, when they're in that same situation, they're going to understand, man, I don't want that hurt again. And so I'm looking forward to just going into recruiting now, being able to go and get more players in, get more bodies in, man, and continue to compete in the SAC, man. The coaches here do a great job, you know, in our league of coaching the game. So you got to be on your P's and Q's, but tough one. Extremely proud of my kids, though, man. Both of them, both sets of kids. Proud of what they were able to accomplish, man.
You know, I was joking with Maddie. I'll just share this with you. You know, knew that she was going to get the best from you here today, but also believe that you were the one that got the best out of her to develop her to what she's doing and what Coach Price has then been able to get out of her extra here this season. You're always gracious to come join us and talk with us. Unfortunate today for you, but really proud of what you've done there at the program at Lincoln Memorial.
Man, I appreciate it, man. I tell people, man, the thing about here, man, is that here is just, it's home. You know, it's a big family. Miss Deb gave me a hug when I walked in. Bobby, like my aunts, man.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you guys, everything that you've done for me in my career as well. And, hey, hopefully this ain't the last time we see each other, brother.
He's Devin Carter. It will not be the last time, that's for sure. The Pioneers knock off Lincoln Memorial here in the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Championship game. For Devin Carter, I'm Brian Staten for SAC Live.
Geico could save you hundreds on car insurance and a whole lot more. So what are you waiting for? Hip Hop Group Tag Team to help you plan dessert?
French vanilla, rocky road, chocolate peanut butter cookie dough. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, there it is. Scoop, shakalaka, 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 shaka. Scoop, shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka.
Geico. Switch today and see all the ways you could save.
We are in Granger County, Tennessee, here at Pierce Farms, and the Pierce family has been working with Ingalls for over 30 years. It means a great deal supplying produce as a local farmer. It really touches base knowing that we're just simple people just trying to help, and we love what we do, and Ingalls is a huge part of helping us do it. Farming is who we are, and it's in our blood. God has really blessed us with the sun and the soil to grow the best tomatoes you'll find anywhere. I believe it's really in the soil. So if you're in Granger County, you farm tomatoes, then you're in. Just a great blessing on us to actually farm and be able to farm and to supply tomatoes to people. And
And we welcome you back into our coverage of the Pilot Flying J South Atlantic Conference Championships. The Tusculum Pioneers have won the tournament championship for a fourth time in school history, and they have knocked off the Lincoln Memorial University Rail Splitters here this afternoon. It's the third time this season they've been able to do that against LMU, winning it back-to-back, joining themselves 2010-2011. Wingate did it in 2015 and 16. The next teams to do it, Newberry in 06 and 07, Wingate 96-97. The only team to do it three times was Presbyterian back in the day, 98, 99, 2000. So the only team that can win it three times would be the Pioneers next season. Joined by Pioneer coach Megan Price in your first season.
Yeah.
We talked about it on the radio side of things, but listen, your preseason number 7, lost 4,000 points to graduation a season ago.
Right.
You came in and we talked a lot about, well, we got some really great pieces here. And you were so confident in talking about, man, I know we've got some great pieces here. And then the wins started accumulating. How proud are you of this team being able to overcome a lot of stuff that went on through this season?
So proud. For them, like we talked about before, just that buy-in from our group has been phenomenal from the beginning. When I got here, I was so excited because I already had my system that I wanted to run, and I thought these kids are going to fit perfect into it. So I know, everybody else, like even when we did our first interview, everybody's, building that up that like, hey, you lost 4,000 points worth of players. And I'm like, we got great players for what I want to do. And so I just thought they did a phenomenal job. I mean, all year long, our kids have just bought in from the beginning. And it goes back to that first game at Wingate when we get a backdoor set. And from there, we never stopped rolling. It was a belief system all the way through. We've been together this whole time, and I'm just so proud of the kids.
Yeah, one of those seasons that you can't really explain, but you can definitely cherish and enjoy. And one of the people who earned an MVP here was Maddie Sutton, who said, from the beginning, she got a lot more out of me than I even knew I had in me. But I think for your players, that's the type of coach you are for them. You didn't come in and try to change them, but you just tried to build on their strengths.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. I tried to get in here early just to see what they could do. And I watched them play a lot, and I just wanted to see, okay, well, what can Maddie do? What can Jay do? What can they bring to the table? And then let's put them in those situations to make them successful instead of coming in and trying to change them. And I think that that's huge for them. And we're already experienced in some ways, but not when it comes to a tournament time and all these kids playing those big minutes. And so for us, just being able from the get-go to find their strengths and then build on those has been awesome for us.
We'll get to the game because I think in this championship game it had so many peaks and valleys, but it started out as a heavyweight fight. And I think between the two teams, a lot of nerves early. Yeah. Was there a sense that you felt like you got your team calmed down at one point in the game?
It from the beginning, and I knew this coming in because, we just played them like 3 weeks ago, and they jumped onto us in the first half, and I knew they weren't as good of a second half team. And so I just thought, okay, if we can withstand any runs in the first half, get our nerves out, then we're good to go in the third and fourth quarter. And I thought that they did a great job coming out, like our girls coming out and being ready in that third quarter, and then kind of settling down at the end of the second, and just preaching defense and like not getting in foul trouble, those type of things, because there for a minute, that's the only time I got nervous because I thought if we look lose somebody, it's going to be tough, and we're going to have to grind. But we've tried to talk about those scenarios all week in case something like that happens as a coaching staff.
You go on the run from the first half to the second half, trailed at halftime, but you had it where you wanted it, I think. A very manageable game. You take the lead, you go up 10, then they respond and hit some big shots. And I think the turning point, obviously, Belton's three, she was fouled. The next possession, Arnwine hits the three. Obviously, the turning point in the game.
Yeah, it was huge, and that when that ball came back out to Maya and she made that three, and you can tell when it leaves her hands, and the fact that she has that confidence to take that three in that moment and then get fouled, I felt from there we never looked back. And I know they were cutting it close, and I just kept telling our coaching staff, I was like, we just got to get the lead with 5 minutes to go. We just got to get the lead. And so that was big to keep preaching, like, let's get stops because we'll execute down here, we'll be fine. And, I mean, this is our end. So, like, we do a lot of stuff down here, too, because I was telling Josh that, like, we probably need to be doing more stuff on that end because we don't have great first half sometimes, but this is our end. So anytime I can talk to him down here on offense and kind of put them where I need them to be, execution is key for us in that second half.
Well, it was timely threes. You didn't have a lot of them in the contest.
Yeah, they were, though. You're right.
They were very timely in the game. And your MVP, Maddie Sutton, with her 19th nation-leading double-double, went coast to coast and turned the tide completely, and I couldn't believe it. And I think it was one of the fun moments.
Yeah,
of the
it
game.
was. It was. And I'm telling you, we do it every day, and it's so funny because sometimes I'll want to get out of that to do another drill. And, we have our drills where we continuously stay in shape, and that's one of them where we're literally pitching it ahead and going coast to coast. And one day I didn't do it last week, and they were like, we got to go coast to coast, coach. And I'm like, y'all want to do that? I thought that was miserable for you. So ever since then, we've just, it's taken off, but it's paid dividends in games like this because now we know to finish off two, and we got the rally from the bench, all that stuff.
And really, this is a team it's so veteran, but you've placed them on the floor. And, a lot of these people on this team with lots of minutes this year, they've accumulated it, where against UVA-Wise, a disappointing loss heading into a tournament could have turned a lot of other teams, I think, away. Both LMU and you were in the same situation at the end of the regular season. So how gratifying is it to go from that to where you are right now?
It's so gratifying. Just from the get-go, I feel like it goes back to, it goes back to that buy-in that me and you've been talking about from the beginning. And I feel like that the kids just wanted it. And I thought that the toughness down the stretch and the toughness down the stretch of the season was huge for us. And, it is. It's gratifying. I don't have words for it, really.
Right. Because you weren't given a lot of credit at the beginning of the year. So to finish it off is pretty awesome. The players, Maddie Sutton was here, and she was talking about it, and I'll bring it back up again. I just felt like Coach got more out of me because she worked on my strengths. And I think for this team, I can go back to Bree Dixon. She wasn't that big of a factor last season, but she came on late in the tournament and became a defensive factor, for this team. And I think today she got the big offensive foul call that really turned the tide, especially late, and made sure that they did not get that run to come back. And I think for this team and what you have done and molded their talents and strengths results into what we see today, a championship-type setting. So when you start first time to now, and I know in that interview with Doug, you were like, I know we can win because I know that had to be the way that had to have gone.
Yeah.
And to actually pull through for it, how gratifying is it for you personally?
Oh, it's awesome, but it goes back to, like, I love coaching these kids. And, I told them yesterday, too, like, there's a lot of things that, there's a lot of outside noise coming into this game, because Coach Carter coached them and now I'm coaching them this year. And I said, it's not about me. It's not about Coach Carter. It's about you guys. Mm-hmm. And it's you guys saying, okay, we can do this no matter what. It doesn't matter who coaches us. We have the ability to win the basketball game. And we're not playing LMU. We're playing ourselves. And we're playing ourselves from the time that we step on the floor, focus, execution, getting defensive stops. Like, I knew today that we could win as long as we kept our minds on what we're good at and we weren't focused so much on the other team. And it's been a long time since we did that, but I was trying to kind of cool everybody's jets a little bit because I knew they would be nervous. But it goes back to the kids. Like, the kids deserve every bit of this, and it's just been cool. I hugged Maddie at the end, and I said, it's just been cool to be a part of it. Right. Even as a coach, I'm just humbled that I'm able to coach these kids.
Into the NCAA tournament now, the second year in a row for Tusculum. They didn't get a chance to do it last season. How dangerous do you think you can be going forward?
I think we can be pretty dangerous, and I think what makes the tournament crazy this year is the fact that we haven't seen other teams. Everybody's been in their conference. And for us, I feel like our scouting report plays to that, and it helps us a lot because once you see us a couple of times live, you know, it can be different. But the fact that nobody's seen us besides video and we haven't played anybody, you know, it's just going to be different. But I really think that we have a chance to make a run, and I know our kids are ready for it.
Tournament champions. Got a nice ring to it.
Yeah, a nice ring.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Megan
Appreciate
Price,
it.
first season as the Pioneer head coach, claiming the 4th programmed tournament championship here tonight on their home floor, a first ever for Tusculum as well. I'm Brian State with Coach Megan Price for SAC Live.